Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Mirror Expressions. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time a new video is uploaded. Also, drop down in the comment a mirror if you have looked in a mirror today and you feel A1 with what you see looking back at you. And of course, I'm not just talking about the physical, right? But please take any kind of avenues that you need to get back to a healthier you. So when you look in that mirror, what? You are satisfied with the me looking back at you. All right, let's just jump right on in. Today we're going to be talking about Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 2. So, we get a glimpse of everybody kind of doing their own thing when the episode first opens. We see Quad talking with her nephew, and she's schooling him about makeup, and he reaches up and tries to take off a whole eyebrow. They are just so cute. Quad is really good with him. We see Simone chatting with the patient. Anila and her family are seen. They're getting their day started. Jackie's in her office, and then we see Heavenly knocking at the door to the office. And apparently it's after hours, but this is a professional visit for Heavenly and not just a social visit. So Heavenly goes on in, and she's telling Dr. Jackie that she's been having some symptoms, and just by the sound of it, Dr. Jackie is just like, welcome on to the mature club, So basically saying that she's perimenopausal. And Heavenly is like, no, ma'am, I'm not. I could be pregnant because the biggest thing she was saying was that she hadn't had a cycle in like 2 months. And so, Heavenly was like, no, I could just be pregnant. And Dr. Jackie is like, honey, no, ma'am. The chances of you being pregnant is just like the chance of me winning the lotto. So that was pretty funny. But anyways, she was going on talking about, meaning Heavenly was talking about how she's also been feeling tired. She's not wanting to have sex. And so she's trying to keep it going, right? And Dr. Jack is like, hold up, wait a minute, rewind, replay. And so Dr. Heavenly is like, yeah, I'm not feeling the sex thing, but my mouth gonna do what it's gonna do. My mouth gonna do what it's gonna do. What it do, mouth? No. So then we get this flashback of Dr. Heavenly. I think this was one of their group trips, their couples trips that they take on every year. And Dr. Heavenly is talking about how she loves to give Dr. Damon what their mouth do because he likes it so much. And so anyway, so if you know what I'm talking about, you know. All right. So she goes on to say that no, Dr. Jackie is just like, no, you're just perimenopausal, basically just because of your age alone. So they just made a discussion about getting some blood work and pretty much getting her on some hormones, right? Heavenly is in denial about being in the mature club. And she's just like, she ain't nearly half the age as all these other women, right? But we all know that the Heavenly, yeah, you up there, but you up there. So it's not anything abnormal. It's just the natural progression of life. So we see Contessa outside with her kids. Lauren is riding on her skateboard. She's just growing up so beautiful. All her children are beautiful. It's just so nice to see them as they age and progress in life. And so Contessa's playing soccer with the youngest, the baby, Layla. And then Toya pulls up with her boys. And Layla has always been outspoken, right? So Layla basically tells Toya that you have one evil child and one angelic child, basically. And Toya is like, no ma'am, both of my boys are angels on my vision board. That just tickled me because that means in reality they really are not. So Toya Contessa are sitting and sipping and chatting while the kids are out playing or whatever. And Dr. Contessa brings up to Toya that she thinks she should try to reconcile with Anila, basically, because Anila really misses her friendship, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so my thing with that is, how is Contessa going to try to speak on somebody else's strained friendship at the moment when you're not even addressing what's going on between you and Dr. Heavenly? Like, you have not addressed it. You didn't even let Dr. Heavenly know you had a problem with her. You just kind of start speaking with her. And then, like I said, you're not wanting to talk things over, hash it out, and either move forward with continuing to be friends or move forward without being friends. So I just thought that was kind of strange that she would jump in and stick her nose into another strained friendship, and you're not taking care of the home front. But anyways, y'all drop down in the comments. What are your thoughts? Like, do you think Dr. Contessa should have been speaking on things between Simone and Anila, or do you think she just should have stayed out of it? They do eventually bring up things with Dr. Heavenly, right? And Dr. Contessa is just basically saying that well, she kind of hashed over, well, she went over like why she was upset with Heavenly again. She went over with Toya, and now she did say she hopes to speak with her soon, but it's just like, at this point, you've had several opportunities to go ahead and speak with her. So hopefully they will go ahead and get to a place where they have some common ground and can move forward, okay? So everybody is getting their day started, right? We pan over to Neela. We see her and her family getting going. She's getting the kids up, helping to get the food together. Now, mind you, she has a nanny that's also partaking in all of this stuff, right? So she starts to complain about how she has so much to do and so little time to do it in, right? But again, you have a whole nanny and you only have 2 children. Like, make it make sense. So I don't know. I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? It's people out here that do that all day, every day. Like, I'm a single parent and my son is disabled. So I'm having to do everything for myself, everything for him, and then keep up the house, keep up the finances, keep up things outside of the home. Like, you just do what you got to do. It's not that, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not hard, but you do what you got to do. It ain't nothing to be stressing about when you only got 2 kids, a husband, and a nanny. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. But anyway, I want to insert that I did love Anila's confessional look right here. Like, she was just gorgeous. I noticed it last week as well, but I almost didn't recognize her. She looked like one of the sisters actually, but she's very beautiful, very beautiful. Quad, we pan over to Quad. She's getting her nephew up and ready for school. And like I said, I just love how she is with him. She's so good with him. She's giving him that structure, you can tell. And so we see her tell him what to do, get up, brush your teeth, get ready for breakfast. Even at breakfast, you know, she's just like, what do you do before you eat? You know, who we giving thanks for? Because not everybody has what you have. And so he says his prayers, and then he's working on his sight words while he's eating. So I just love how she is with him. And so as she's taking him to school, they get to talking about the school bus. Like, so apparently she takes him to school and he rides the school bus home, right? So he's just saying that he doesn't like to ride the school bus. He says because they be yelling like some maniacs in that thing. And he did say thing and not thing. In that thing. He is so Memphis, baby. And off of Memphis, just so you know, he is so Memphis. If you know, you know. So we're now at Heavenly's beauty supply store, and they're preparing for her grand opening. So she's talking with her her employees, and they're discussing things. And so she talks about this fashion show that she wants to have and how she's going to include some of the other ladies in that. We then see Cecil and Simone out eating dinner with Miles and his girlfriend. And again, it's just so refreshing to see how these kids grow up, because, it seems like just yesterday, Miles was, still in high school. But anyway, he has a girlfriend, and apparently they've been dating for like a year and a half now. And so Cecil and Simone just talking to them about relationships and what did they feel were the most important things in a relationship. So Cecil, I think, I'm not sorry, not Cecil, but Miles, I think he responded with compromise is what he felt was most important. And then his girlfriend replied with communication. So it's just like, while both of those are pretty good at them, the other one is not. So at least they're working on things and trying to recognize the areas that they're weak in. So I think that's cool. And that his parents are involved, as far as I hope they're at least staying out of the business, but just also just kind of acting as a guide and just showing like a healthy relationship before them. I thought that was pretty cool. And so we also learned during this dinner that Simone and Cecil are about to write a relationship book. They're about to come out with one. And so Cecil was just saying, it's not just gonna be all fairies and sugar and everything nice. They're pretty much gonna talk about the highs and the lows, right? So then we see this montage of a flashback of just different things that have to do with their relationship, the good, the bad, the ugly, and then the good again. Okay. So now we're back at Anila's house, and the nanny is making dinner, baby, and that thing looks so good. Like she was in there just doing the darn thing. So Anila and Dr. Kieran make it home, and they're kind of wondering, like, what's up? She done put the kids to bed early. She done made them dinner. So Anila's like, what she want? She want a raise? And the daddy is like, no, boo-boo, I'm leaving. And basically, she just said that, it's time for her to retire. She is an older lady. She ready to go back home to her own family. She got her own grandkids. She doesn't live there. I think she said she's from Houston. And she has a house there. So she's just like, she's ready to get back to her own life. She's ready to live her own life, which is understandable. Like I said, she is an older lady, and she's probably just ready to enjoy whatever life she has left, surrounded with her own family and friends. And so Anila just looked just shocked. She didn't want the lady to leave. She trying to talk her out of it. She really looked like she's about to cry. And she's just like, well, you've been with my son since he was in my belly, and who's gonna raise the kids? Like, you are, lady, them your children. Everybody in America does not have the fortune of having a nanny around. So hey, like I said, you do what you gotta do, and then if you want another nanny, go hire one. But let that lady be. She don't work for you alone as long as she wanted to, and she's ready to move on for herself. And I really just felt it was so selfish of Anila, and it kind of reminded me of what I experienced when I was in undergrad. I worked as a nanny for this family. The husband was a doctor, the wife was a stay-at-home mom, and they had two beautiful little girls, right? And when I got to the end of my college years, leading up to my graduation, I was telling, the mom about it. I gave them an invitation to my graduation. And when I told her what my last day was going to be, she got so upset with me. to the point where she didn't tell me not to come back, but when I came back to work that last shift, she would not answer the door. She wouldn't answer my calls. Like, she literally just thought I was gonna work with them for the rest of my life. Like, I'm not in college getting a whole degree so I can sit here and be somebody's nanny. Like, no disrespect to those that do that, but that was not my goal in life. Like, I was not putting myself through school just to do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Neela is giving me those kind of entitled vibes. And that's kind of exactly how I felt about this family, you know. But anyways, such is life. So now we're over to the back at Heavenly's beauty supply store, right? It's the grand opening. Heavenly, she's all excited. She did, we do see her inviting Contessa, where she was like, I don't know if Contessa's gonna come, but I'm going to invite her anyway, and I'm glad she did. Contessa did say that she was going to come, and she does. She shows up. She's actually riding in the car with Simone and Toya, and on the way over there, of course, they shift the conversation to Heavenly, and they're basically just talking about her not being a good friend, and that she's not going to get it until people basically cut her off and stop being her friend, right? So we see Heavenly. She's getting her hair done. And Dr. Damon shows up. And I just love me some Dr. Damon. I really do. He seems like such a good guy. He's showing his support. And he speaks on how proud he is of Heavenly. Jackie's in the back. So within the beauty supply store, Heavenly has a hair salon in the back, which I thought there was pretty neat too. I've seen that in a couple of different places. So I thought that was pretty neat. So we see Jackie. She's getting her well, no, first she came in and she set up her skincare line. So I love to see that too, where Dr. Heavenly was giving her friend an opportunity to also advertise her thing within her grand opening. So I just thought that was so nice, because that's just a win-win. Like, those are boss moves when you don't feel like you have to try to dim somebody else's light or not give somebody else an opportunity just to, you know, show your business, but opening the doors for everybody to win. Like, I really love to see that. So then Heavenly comes out and she calls herself, ooh, child. She calls herself trying to teach these ladies how to walk the runway. Like, she wants it done a specific way. And so she started walking, right? And then she stops and then she drops it. And she's just like bouncing. Like, while she down on the ground, like bouncing. And you know, she just shaking her hair. I ain't got no hair to shake right now. It's all pent up. But she's shaking her hair. She said, I want y'all to drop it so that everybody, and bounce so everybody can see how flowing this hair is, you know. I was just like, oh, child, now. We do not need to see all these ladies sitting here dropping it low. Okay. And then, and especially Heavenly, because she looked like she was struggling. She struggled a little bit getting up. But anyway, the guests are starting to arrive. Quad, Alara, and Jackie, we see them, like I said, back in the back at the hair salon part, getting their hair done. And then Quad's hair is looking like, it reminded me of the Batman ride at 6 Flags. If you know, you know. Baby, that thing looked like it had 3 roller coaster loops. And Quan was just like, not today. You finna have me out here a whole meme with all this mess. She said she looked like the Predator. Indeed. And they so shady, they done put a whole picture of the Predator up beside her hair. Whew. And Jackie, she looking all young and flirty and kind of just a little seductive. She had like on this long wavy piece and had like a little ponytail. It was not her look, but hey, you know, Jackie looked good anyway. So, okay. So then, oh, and then Alara was getting like some blonde hair. We couldn't really tell how it was being styled in because we could just see them kind of installing the wig at that point. So then Mr. Wright comes in. So Mr. Wright, he's from out of Miami. He's a funeral home owner. He owns, I think they said at least 25 or over 25 funeral homes, right? And so Heavenly is hoping to get this contract with him, which I thought was pretty neat. Like I had never, I guess, thought about things in that aspect as far as a beauty supply store and a funeral home director being business partners. But when you think about it, it does make sense. There's a supply and demand there. You know, a lot of deceased people do need some type of wig or whatever, and to have that come directly from a beauty supply store, I'm sure is a more financial sound decision on the funeral home's part, you know, and the family that's paying for those services. So I just thought that was pretty cool. Okay. And oh child, this guy, I can't even describe what he looked like. Uh Dr. Heavenly, I think she said that he looks like he's been in the funeral home business for the past 25 years in his soup dust. And then I didn't hear any lies when she said that. No lies were told. Where the lie at? Cause honey, when I saw him walk through the door, that was the first thing I noticed. Oh goodness. So anyways, the other ladies make it, meaning we got Toya, Contessa, and Simone. They were all together, right? So they finally make it, and they find out there's a fashion show, right? Because Contessa's asking, well, where's Jackie at? And somebody says, well, she's in the back getting ready for the fashion show. Well, what they say that for? So now Contessa all in her feelings talking about, oh, there's a fashion show. She asks Heavenly like, oh, only certain people, you know. And Heavenly is kind of like, well, the people I talk to, you know. But Contessa, she all in her feelings, and you know, she's talking about, well, that could have been an olive branch asking me to walk in a fashion show, or. And my thing is this, you know, you already not on the best terms right now. Y'all have yet to sit down and talk about things, right? So why do you still have expectations up to here of someone who, from her point of view, does not even know where you're staying? She doesn't know if y'all friends or not friends because you basically just cut off communication without explaining to her what's up, what's going on, right? And so why would you expect her to invite you to be in her fashion show? Like, I feel like asking you to come was enough. That's her saying that, hey, I do still care for you. I you know, you matter to me and you're an important person to me, and I would like for you to be here to help me celebrate, right? And so I just thought Contessa, I don't know, cause Contessa, it was just too much. It was too much, girl. It was too much. Like, I don't think I would have invited you either. If we were in the same kind of boat and we were not really speaking, I would not have invited you to take part in my fashion show either. Would I have invited you to the event? Yes. And in hopes that, you know, that, hey, this is me showing you that, hey, like I said, I do still care. I love for you to support me. You know, you're one of the important people in my lives, but we need to at least figure out what's going on, how we can move past it. But, you know, Contessa, she goes overboard sometimes, and we've all seen that in the past. So anyway, y'all drop down in the comments y'all thoughts. Like, do you feel like Heavenly was wrong for not asking her to be a part of the fashion show? Or do you think that Contessa was just going overboard and that Heavenly did right by at least inviting her to the event, but not necessarily inviting her to be in the fashion show, right? So then we see them start to walk the runway, right? So Heavenly, she comes out first, okay? And she comes and she's walking and talking in the mic, which I just thought was so like you need to MC or get out MC and get off the runway, or have somebody else MC and you rock the runway. Like one of the two. Like, so she's walking and talking, and baby, true to Heavenly, she did drop it low. And if daddy was cheesing, that baby was cheesing from ear to ear. He had a big old Kool-Aid smile on his face. It was just, he was gleaming. I mean, you know, it just made me smile though to see how much admiration he has for his wife. You know what I'm saying? So then Jackie comes out next. And like I said, she a little sexy or whatever in her little hair and her dress, her little cutout dress all the way down the side. And then Toya Toya said the Jackie's hair looked like it came from the hook line. The way I laugh, like Toya, she gonna stay throwing shade if she does nothing else. So Quad is next. And she's working it, baby, because you know Quad, Miss Quad, she get it. Yes, and Miss Quad, she does. So she's working that runway. It's just Quad just has that je ne sais quoi, you know. And so she's working that runway, right? And then we see Anila. Anila could have just stayed out of it if you ask me. So Anila comes walking down. She not dressed like the other ladies. She has all these different colors on. And then, by the looks of it, it didn't seem like she had on a wig or anything. It just seemed like her natural hair. And then she came spraying like this hairspray, like all over the place. It was just like, yeah. Anila, you could have just sat there for now, darling. You could have set it out. It looked like you just wanted to be seen at this point. And here go Toya. When she came out spraying all this stuff, what is she spraying? Some Lysol? Toya always got something to say, man. Then Nikki Natural was next, right? And I didn't say this earlier, but Nikki Natural, when Mr. Wright first came in and she heard that man had 25 funeral homes, she was all over him then. She was rubbing his chest and holding his hand, and she was like, I'm from Miami too, you know. So he was kind of digging it. So I don't know, you know, what happened after the scenes, because we didn't see all of that, but yeah, baby, she was all on that. So anyway, she came and walked the runway next. After her, we see Miss Alara, and she was serving attitude too. Like, it's just so beautiful to see these kids growing up. She's just turning into such a beautiful young lady. After that, the grand opening is coming to an end. So we see them come out with a cake, and they cut it, and Dr. Heavenly announces that she did secure the contract with Mr. Wright, right? So that was successful. And then here go Toya. Like I said, forever throwing shade. She said it's a nice contract to have for someone who needs some cheap and cheesy wigs quickly. Like Toya, really. Now you ain't have to say all of that. Like, I'm sure like Dr. Heavenly has an array of things to fit everybody's budget and everybody's wants and needs or desires, because now, truth be told, that supply store did look like it was very big. And when they were in the cars, Simone, Contessa, and Toya, they looked it up, and it used to be like some kind of Christian bookstore or something. So it did. It looked very huge. So I'm sure Heavenly has a lot of different quality type of items in there to offer, and not just some cheap cheesy wigs. But when you are burying somebody, that maybe that's the way to go. Something that may not be as expensive, but that looks decent. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Heaven calls for all the ladies to come take a picture, right? And all we hear is Contessa complaining. I don't want to be in a picture. I'm going to stand behind you. Like, Contessa, get over it. Either make up your mind and be friends, or make up your mind and not be friends. Like, you can't have it all. You can't be mad at her and then get mad when she don't ask you to do stuff, or then don't want to participate when she wants you to do something. It's like, which is it? She damned if she do, she damned if she don't. At this point, it seems like, when it comes to you. So I would definitely be glad when y'all can go ahead and hash it out, whatever you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that's how the episode ended. We didn't get to see the intervention done on Heavenly that was advertised last week. So maybe it'll be on the next episode coming up. So we shall wait and see. Anyway, until then, like, comment, share, subscribe. Get down in these comments. I will be sure to respond. And remember, I pray for you. You pray for me. And what? That's right. Bye.